Hey guys, we're out here on Lake Keesus. It's a small lake and we're trying to catch some perch. We are right on the edge of a weed line that's right behind me here, and on the other side of that weed line is a little flat that averages about 5 feet, and we're in 17 feet of water right here. There's a perch down there right now, and wait a second, there it is. So what I'm using is a tungsten jig with a wax worm. Oh, that's a little one. And hopefully we can catch some bigger ones because this one is way too small. Get back down there, and these shallow perch are a lot more aggressive than the ones out deep. There were a lot out deep. There was always 4 or 5 on the graph, but I just could not get them to bite. I worked on them for an hour and none of them did. These ones are really active. Got it. This one doesn't feel big. Oh, this is the smallest one so far. Get back down there and try and catch a bigger one. So some tips for finding perch. So perch, I think, are one of the easiest panfish to find. You can just go right off a drop off and catch them in anywhere from 5 feet of water to 40 feet of water. I have drilled up half this lake, and I'll show you on a lake map, and I have caught perch in 40 feet of water in the middle of the lake on a big basin. So right now I'm on the edge of a drop off in 16 feet of water, and there's fish right there. There's fish in 31 feet of water out deeper I was fishing, and there's fish right behind me too in 5 feet of water. So perch are one of the easiest fish to find. So I pulled up the Lake Keesus map, and where I was fishing was right here in this corner. And this is the flat right here that's average of 5 to 8 feet. I was right here in this corner. I caught perch right out here, right there, and right there. I also caught them along the shoreline. Like I was saying, I caught them in 40 feet of water. I was right here. I caught perch along this whole area. And that's in the middle of nowhere. So that's a lot of places where you can catch perch. I also caught some anywhere in this bay, anywhere on this point. So literally anywhere on the lake you can find and catch perch. Also, sometimes you may notice when you drop down your lure, like I've done this a couple times today, is the perch shoot right up off the bottom right when you drop down the lure. When you drop it down, the fish just shoot up right at your lure and it fires them up. So if you are catching them, sometimes you can just pull your line up, let it drop back down, and a fish will come in and swim right up to it, and then you can get a fish on. So those are some tips for catching perch. Perch are one of the easiest panfish to catch. It's hard to find them in good size. Sorry, I'm looking over here because there's a fish down there right now, but the ones that are deeper, I noticed, from 20 to 30 feet of water, those ones are usually really small, but there's lots of them, and it's really hard to catch them. The best way for catching those little ones in deep water is with an aqua view, because I've been doing that, and you can't feel the bite. You just watch your lure and jiggle it until you see the wax worm disappear. Then you set the hook. But in 16 feet of water, 17 feet of water is what I'm in right now. They come up and they eat it, and you can feel the bite, and they're usually a little bit bigger. The ones in 30 feet of water were an inch to 5 inches at most. We caught one big one once, and that's it. And you'd see some walleyes swim by, but the walleye weren't big either. So the shallower you are, from 20 feet and shallower, it seems like those are the bigger perch on these smaller lakes. Also, when you're having trouble catching the perch, it seems like you just have to jiggle the tip really little like this, and that'll draw in more perch, and a lot of it has to do with how you hook the waxworm. I'm reeling mine up here, I'll show you. So what I did was, when I hooked the waxworm, I hooked it twice. Once towards the head and then once in the middle. So then when you wiggle it, that little tail wiggles. So it seems like that certain way of hooking a waxworm sets me up with more hook sets on fish than any other way of hooking a waxworm. And these little tungsten jigs really help a lot. You can catch them on little Castmasters or tumbler spoons, but it seems like these little jigs are the best for perch. And the tungsten jigs, they sink so fast. Like I'm in 16, 17 feet of water, and I'm already down there. If I had a different jig, that would have taken 3 times as long to get down there, especially with the tumbler spoon. Tumbler spoons are also a great lure, as I said, but they seem to work a little more than Castmasters because they have that little fluttering action. It's not as aggressive, it just flutters down there and it turns sideways. So flutter spoons are a great lure for any bait fish, even walleye. If you get a bigger flutter spoon, they're perfect for walleye. So up, guys, I know I didn't catch any big fish, but trust me, I caught some decent ones before I turned the camera on. And these fish shallower are a lot bigger than the ones you'd catch in 30 feet of water, especially on these little lakes that don't have good populations of big perch. Like this lake is just an average lake that has some decent perch, but they're hard to find in winter and the perch aren't that big. So hopefully these tips helped you, and please like and subscribe. So thanks for watching.